Good morning friends. Welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about strings in C language. So I request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. What is meant by an array? An array is a collection of homogeneous elements. Now you may ask me what is the meaning of homogeneous. Suppose if you have created an integer array, you can store only collection of integer constants. Similarly, if you have created a character array, you can store a collection of characters. That is the drawback of an array because we can store only collection of homogeneous elements. That drawback is eliminated in the structures and unions. Those things we will discuss in the coming videos. Now let me discuss what is a string. A string is a collection of characters. As it is a collection of characters, we can create a character array and we can initialize a string, or we can ask a user to enter a string and we can read it and we can store it in the character array. So let me discuss how to do the initialization. Suppose let's take that I have created a character array called A whose size is 10. Now I can store 9 characters and 1 backslash 0. What is the purpose of the backslash 0? I will tell you. Or you can say that totally 10 characters you can store in it and including backslash 0. Suppose let's take that you want to store a character array called hello. Let's take that you want to store a string called hello. Okay, then how can you initialize is that you can initialize it as a string or you can initialize it as a collection of characters also. Let me discuss how to initialize it as a collection of characters. As I am written it as a hello where H is a capital letter, so I am initializing the first one as capital H, and the next one is E, next one is L, next one is L, and next one is 0. Okay, and then even you need to give the backslash 0. So this is what the initialization of a character array as a collection of characters. Now you can ask me how the elements will be stored. As it is an array, the index will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why it is going up to 9? The array index will start from 0 and it will go up to size minus 1. As the size here is 10, 10 minus 1 is 9. So the array index will start from 0 to 9, and in the index 0, the character called H will be stored, and in the index 1, E, then L, 0, O, not 0, sorry, O, and then here you will have a backslash 0. And now you can ask me, sir, what about the element which is stored in the index 6 to 9? As you have initialized some of the elements in the character array, the remaining elements will be depend on what data type you are using here. If you are using an int here, then these remaining elements will be zeros. As it is a character, the remaining elements will be backslash 0. Is it clear? Now you can ask me what is the purpose of backslash 0? Why we are keeping it? This purpose of this one is to know the end of the string. Are you able to understand? We need to understand where is the end of the string to do several tasks, to find the length of the string, to reverse the string. All these purposes we need to know the end of the string. So this backslash 0 will act as a end of the string. Or we can do the same initialization in another way also. We no need to specify the size of the array, and then we can initialize like this: H, E, L, L, O, backslash 0. Then what will happen is that it will create an array of size 6. Why? It has to store 6 characters, so it will create an array starting from index 0 to up to 5. And in the first index character H, E, L, L, O, backslash 0 will be stored. Is it clear? Now the same one I want to store it as a string, or I want to initialize it as a string instead of a collection of characters. Then what I will do is that A of some 10 I will create, okay, and I will, within the double quotation, I will write the string called hello. Now you can ask me the doubt, sir, you did not specify the backslash 0. If you are initializing it as a string, the backslash 0 will be included by the compiler. Okay, so it will be stored as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are the indexes. They are not the values. Okay, and here the character H will be stored. E, L, I hope it is not visible. Let me use the red pen. E, L, L, O, backslash 0 will be included by the compiler and the remaining one will be the backslash 0. Okay, so remember one thing. If you are storing the string as a collection of characters, then you need to write the backslash 0. If you are initializing it or if you are storing it as a string, then the compiler will include the backslash 0. The same thing you can use like this also without specifying the size also. I hope you have understood what is a string, how to initialize the string with some collection of characters. Okay, now let me discuss how to read a string and how to display the string. Okay, now we have several functions to read, such as we can use the scanf function. Okay, we can use the getChar function, and similarly we can use the getS. These are the three functions will be useful for us to read the string. Here it will read it as a string. Here it will read as a collection of characters. This one will read it as a string. I will tell the drawbacks of the scanf later. And similarly we have the several functions to display the output or to print the string. One is the printf function we can use, and another one is putChar function you can use, and puts function also you can use. So this one will print it as a collection of characters or a string also based on format specifier you are using, and this one will print it as a character and this one will print it as a string. Okay, so I hope you have understood the importance of these 6 functions. These 3 functions are useful for you to read the thing, and this one will be useful for to display the output. Now let me discuss about the scanf and the printf. In the coming videos we will discuss about the getChar, putChar, getS and puts. Now first let me discuss about scanf. Now if you want to read it as a string, then you have to use the format specifier called %s. Let's take that you have created a character array A of 10 and you have asked the user to enter a string. Let's take that you have used the printf, enter a string. These things you know it already, am I right? Then this one will be displayed as an output, enter a string \0. Then user will enter a string. That string you need to read it. So then you can use the scanf function. %s is the format specifier. Then you can use the name of the array. Is it clear? This is the name of the array. Now remember one thing. What is the problem with this scanf function? And you are using a %s. Let's take that you are entering a string called Parnika tutorials. Okay, Parnika tutorials. You want to enter it as a Parnika space tutorials. Then what will happen if you use the scanf function is that it will read only Parnika and store it in the array called A. And if you display this output in the which is there in the array A, you will get only Parnika because it is reading only Parnika. It is not reading the tutorials. Let me discuss again. If you have entered a string called Parnika tutorials, or you are entering word 1, word 2. Is it clear? Now it will read only the word 1 called Parnika. Why it is happening is that whenever there is a space occurs, then it will act as a terminator, means it will terminate. It will stop reading the characters after the space. So this is the limitation of the scanf function. Okay, I hope you have understood. Now let me discuss about the printf function. The printf function is useful for us to print the string. So you can use the format specifier %s and a. Now remember one thing. In an array A, you have saved it as Parnika tutorial or you have initialized it as a Parnika tutorials. it will display the output as Parnika tutorials. Now you can ask me what is the termination for this one. This termination will be \n or enter. If you press a \n or enter, till that one it will display the output for you. Are you able to understand? Whereas the termination for this one is space and for this one is the enter. Okay, enter or \n, because if you press the \n also it will go to the new line, or if you press the enter also it will go to the new line. So I hope you have understood the limitation of the scanf. Okay, this limitation is overcome with the help of getS function. Okay, so in the next videos I will discuss about the getChar and putChar, how to use them, and even I will discuss few programs to make you understand the concept, and then I will discuss about the getS and pushS. I hope you have understood the basics of strings. In the next videos I will discuss these things. If you still have any doubts related to the concepts which I have covered in this video, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.